This is Kitashinchi. This entrance basically marks an entire world of clubs, bars, izakaya, and restaurants that possibly represents the heartland of Japanese entertainment. Kitashinchi makes absolutely no effort to attract tourists. There are no foreign menus of any kind, there are no English signs on display. It's not a xenophobic area, it doesn't actually try and push tourists out of the way, it just makes no effort to bring them in. It's an area which rewards exploration. I mean, you can do research and find out what's there, but it's a great place to wander because it's where real Japanese people hang out. And I'm not talking about people who like to sort of travel across Japan just to come to this place. It's for people who work in office buildings, people who sort of live lives, who want something a little more than going to a convenience store. And the real appeal is it feels like it's a place that people actually enjoy themselves. Real Japanese people like to enjoy themselves. That's, to me, the real appeal. It has a very authentic atmosphere. There was always a joke that whenever you went to a restaurant and there was no menu and a little garden out front, it meant it was expensive. A few years ago, I was fortunate enough to be able to spend several months living in Osaka as a student. I wanted to try something authentic. So, I got out of Osaka Station, wandered around a bit, found a little staircase. I thought, great, looks like an izakaya. Maybe they had some good bar snacks. So I sit down, ordered a beer, and then the dishes came without me ordering it. Dish after dish after dish arrived, and I started getting suspicious. The food, its quality was impeccable. My first experience with something I didn't even understand. Then the bill came, 10,000 yen. My monthly grocery bill. This is a pretty typical restaurant that you'll find in this region. It has counter seating for maybe about 7 to 8 individual guests and maybe one private room in the back. And a small dimly lit room where one chef and perhaps one helper and a waitress would work, giving custom-made creations to to the patrons. The bottom line is that this is an extremely expensive process.
やっぱり大阪で一番の場所であって、ここで成功することがやっぱり一番のその美味しいお寿司を食べに来てもらえる場所でもありますし、でたくさんのお寿司屋さんがあるので、すごい皆さん競争して日々勉強してはるので、すごい刺激になってすごい楽しい街ですね。
This is the Kagaman building. This offers the best sushi deal for lunch that you will find in this city, which is very easy to get into, requires no reservation, and costs 3,650 yen, or just shy of $40. Now, this might sound like a lot for a lunch, and indeed for most meals it is, but you must remember, for the sushi that you get here, including the soup, the roll, and the appetizer, will essentially come down to the same size of a sushi course you will get at the famous Tsukiji fish market outside Tokyo. Now, I don't want to give away any specific address or location for the street, for the sake of this restaurant, but behind this door, which has no sign, no menu, or indication of what's inside it, lies a small sushi establishment called Sushi Saeki. This is considered to be the single best sushi restaurant in the entire country, and by extension probably the world. Bookings are made months in advance, sometimes even a year in advance. Starting menus can go from anything between $150 to even $400. This restaurant, just as an indication of its popularity and notoriety, is open till 2 a.m. and is still booked from 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. 6 days a week for This is a typical layout of an office building in Kitashinchi. Most of these places will be invitation only or will require extremely advanced bookings or club memberships. Now, people frequent these bars and nightclubs for a variety of reasons, entertainment purposes, or entertaining customers. Sometimes it's a matter of extreme prestige to be able to enter one of these. Of course, being foreigners, you can never really know what goes on in there. The various chefs who set up shop, especially here in Osaka, are passionate about food, and considering the hard hours and hard slog that it comes working well into the night almost every day of the week with very few vacation times, that it's something that can only be fueled by passion. And that's what I really like about food. Whoever watches and wants to know anything more about Kitashinchi, I hope that they have themselves an enlightening and enjoyable experience. That's all I have left to say, so enjoy.